Hey everyone, Sid Misra here, Certified Financial Planner for Beacon Financial Group. Thank you all for tuning in. We have again with us today Dana Mantilia, the cybersecurity expert, and today we're going to be talking about your mailbox.
Hi everybody, Dana here. Nice to see everyone again. So today we're going to talk about the mailbox, as Sid just said, and what's good hygiene for mailbox practices. So the first thing we need to figure out when we're talking about the mailbox is what time is the mailman coming? Now some people think, well, what's the big deal, right? But if you happen to be home throughout the day and you know that your mailman comes at 2 o'clock, the sooner we can get out there and get the mail out of the mailbox, the better off you're going to be, because the longer it sits in there, it's just, it's a big temptation for identity thieves to go mingling through there. So we want to make sure that we find out what time the mailman is coming, and then we get the mail out as quickly as possible. And we definitely want to make sure that we get a good practice of emptying the mailbox every day. I know some people, maybe they empty their mailbox once a week. How often do you empty your mailbox, Sid?
Every day. We check every day.
Okay, good. That's good. That's a good practice to get into. All right. So now we need to make sure that is your mailbox nice and clean in vision of everybody that's around it, so there aren't any bushes or garbage cans, or, it's kind of hidden a little bit, because the more hidden the mailbox is, the easier it is for somebody to sneak over and kind of, peek through. So I want to make sure, some people plant bushes around their mailbox, make it look nice. And sometimes they get a little overgrown. So we want to make sure that we go back and we take a look and, oh yeah, these bushes are getting a little bit big. Somebody could hide around here.
Right.
Then another thing that's a good idea is to talk to your neighbors. So don't you think people should be talking to their neighbors and saying, hey, you watch my mailbox?
Absolutely, yeah. Kind of looking and making sure, nothing out of the ordinary is happening or suspicious.
Yeah, it's kind of like a neighborhood watch. I mean, people know who really should and should not be in your neighborhood. If you think about it, you see somebody outside walking, that's a typical person walking their dog every day, versus somebody that's, walking around kind of looking a little lurking, and that's questionable. So if everybody says, hey, let's just kind of keep our eyes open, in addition to watching, out for other people's houses, let's just keep an eye on each other's mailboxes. Just a good little agreement to get along. Nice, friendly, neighborly way to be.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, we just talked about this. How often should we empty it? We should empty it every day. Now, this we talked a little bit about, Sid, when we went over the phone calls, about some people being scammed with the phone calls coming in and it looking like it's from the IRS because they spoof the phone number. But we mentioned there, we'll mention again here, that people are going to receive a letter in the mail from a government agency.
Right.
So this is where they're going to see. It's going to come in the mail, U.S. Postal Service, and that's how we're going to get it. So that's the only way that you're going to get something, be contacted by the government.
By the government, yep.
Yes. So this is a fun little tool that we were just talking about. And how can you tell if there's anything missing in the mail? Well, there's a website here. It's by the U.S. Postal Service. It's free. And you can go in there, enter in your information, and claim your address. And then each morning when the mail's about to leave, they take pictures of all of the mail. So that way, when you get home and you empty your mailbox, everything that's in all the pictures should actually be in the mailbox. So it's a good kind of just double check, if you get a credit card offer and it's in the pictures, but it's not in the mailbox, then you know exactly who to call. I have to call because this is where the offer was from. And it's not something that's out there now in the hands of an identity thief or something along those way.
That's a great website.
Have you ever heard of it before?
No. And I think this is such a valuable tool that, outside of this video, I'm going to be talking about this with my clients and friends and family, because I think it's super important.
Yeah, it really is. And another thing is also, we want to make sure that everybody claims their address, because this is another thing that identity thieves can do. They can go claiming everybody's address, so they don't even need to look in the mailbox. They just look at the pictures in the morning. Oh, nothing good to get in there today,
Right.
Okay. So another thing that we may or may not want to be receiving is credit card offers from the credit card companies. Sometimes when you're not looking for any kind of extra credit or anything like that, let's just turn it off, so you can not even worry about these things being in the mailbox. So you can go right here to this website, which you can just go on, say, I would right now not like to receive any credit card offers. The banks and the credit card companies will stop sending them to you. And then if you do decide that, whenever, a year down the road, a little bit down the road, whenever you decide you want to start receiving some credit card offers, you can just go right back in and then opt in. But in the meantime, we're getting that stuff out of the mailbox. So this we also mentioned a little bit when we were talking about the important documents that we have and which accounts we have. And this is just a little reminder because some of the account information is coming in through the mailbox, and those are the paper statements. But we also want to make sure that we're keeping track. The next one is here, is keeping a little list so that everybody knows that this is going to come in the mail. This is not going to come in the mail. You need to log in. And like we always say, I know you always say this to your clients, somebody else needs to know about your stuff. You talk to clients about this to make sure that the spouses both know.
We need to know where these things are, how to access them, who has the information if, maybe you don't, right? So that's definitely important. We have to talk about that.
Yeah. And, the more somebody knows something tragic happens, it's hard enough to have to deal with all the emotion, and then not knowing where someone keeps their important information or how to even access it, that just adds to, the upsetness. Okay. And then at the end, when we do receive our paper statements and we want to get rid of them, what do you think we should do with them, Sid?
We got to shred them. We got to get rid of them in an appropriate manner because you can't leave that stuff lying around.
Absolutely. Shred it. And you can get one of those little inexpensive shredders that sit right on top of the garbage can. And that way, right when you're about to throw it in, it just goes in, gets shredded first. And Amazon has plenty of those. So,
yeah.
So those are our lessons for today. Would you like to add anything else, Sid?
Yeah, I just thought of something, and I'm sure you'd appreciate this. Obviously, after, COVID, everything kind of gets back to normal. Hopefully, I'm sure people are going to travel. And so one thing that my family does while we travel is we hold our mail. And so we tell the post office to hold it so that it's not piling up on our front lawn. And so that people, may think, oh, so no one has picked it up for 3 days. Maybe this house is empty. So I think that's also something that you can kind of add to your toolbox as well.
That's a great idea. Very, very good idea, because that is a telltale sign that, those people aren't here,
They're not here. Yeah.
Good thinking. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. And Sid, would you like to sign off for us?
Yeah, we appreciate, Dana, you coming on for the 3 videos that we've done, learning more about how to protect ourselves and our information. This is really, really important stuff. So thank you again.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.